power outage video got me to thinking about these freezers. We do have a generator. It's a pretty good size one, but like I said, the guy that gave it to us, he wasn't even sure it worked anymore, and I haven't tried it either, haven't needed to, and that's kind of a bad excuse. I really should use it to see if it's even worth having. It's a pretty good size one though. The Honda, I bet it would work. Those engines are usually pretty bomb-proof. But the other thing I was kind of curious if it would run the freezer, are inverters. If you've ever seen these, they go on your car battery, and it'll change 12-volt power to the 110. Actually, this one says 115, but anyhow, this one I've had for years and years and years, and it's pretty light duty. It'll run a drill, it'll run my little 4-inch grinder if you don't push on it too hard. It will not run a skill saw or something like this. This one, I just bought this last spring from a junk shop, and they wanted $75 for it. They're usually, for one this size, it'd probably be $150, maybe $200. And the lady said that she didn't know for sure that it worked and thought it did, but she just goes, "I'll sell it to you for $70. I thought, well, yeah, I'll take a chance on it. She told me I could bring it back if it didn't work. It does work. That one will run a skill saw. But what I'm curious about is, will it run one of these little chest freezers? Bunch of junk on top of it. This one, it's pretty easy to tell if it's on or off. It's got a little light on the door. So let's find out. You know, this is what I don't like about chest freezers. They end up as tables. You gotta shovel everything off of them before you could even open the lid. This one's just got critters in it and things. This one has all their meat in it and food. So anyhow, let's see if this will work or not. So it's working now. Let's unplug it. Unplug it. Plug it into a extension cord. And I'll plug that into the inverter and see if that light comes back on or not. This little inverter, I am almost positive that won't work. But it's actually running. Running without the truck running, but let's turn the truck on so it has the alternator boost also and give it every possible chance. And then I'll plug in that extension cord and see what happens. Well, my wire just popped off. And it's squealing, which means that it's too much of a power draw. No light. Give that bigger one a shot, see what happens with it. Okay, so this one, it will run a skill saw. I don't know what it's rated at, but it's quite a little bit better than that other one. The green light is on. Let's turn that off. We'll plug this in. Hard to do one-handed here. Okay, and turn it on. Green light's on. You know what? That is running that freezer. That is great. So that means that I can use that inverter and my pickup as kind of a generator in an emergency. You wouldn't want to run it, all the time, but if you were to run that, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a day for half an hour or an hour or whatever, it would probably keep your freezer from thawing out. Go through a little bit of gas maybe, but better than losing all that meat. Oh, anyway, that's a great thing to know. I wasn't sure that would do it, but if it runs a skill saw, I don't know how much power that draws, but it takes quite a little bit to run a skill saw. And freezer, I'm kind of surprised actually, but I'm glad. Actually shows the power level as being fairly low. Well, anyway, shut this thing off here. Wow, and it will even run the freezer straight off the car battery without the engine running. That is very, very useful. I imagine the battery wouldn't last very long though if you left it that way. Anyway, I better remember to unplug this and plug it back into the wall. Oops, there's my phone. I'm really glad I bought that little inverter now. It was kind of a risk, that it's used, and I didn't know if it worked or not. The lady said she thought she did, or it did, but wasn't sure. One thing I have to do though, I just got it hooked up with battery cables, because this is set up to go directly to the battery, and then the other end, it's just got a thing like that. I need to put some clamp ends on it like this. Actually, if I had an old set of jumper cables, I could probably just cut them and directly wire them on there. I thought about taking one of these. There's lots of room right in here. Right there, there's a lot of room right there. I thought about taking one of them and putting them in a like an ammo can and leave it in here all the time. That, I don't know, engine heat and bouncing around, it probably ruin them. They're not really designed for that. And then all these fins, that's to cool it. So, it'd probably be too hot in the engine compartment anyway. Some of the newer pickups, we have a friend down the road here that bought one that he's got an inverter built right in, come from the factory that way. Be handy. Anyway, that's a worthwhile little experiment. See you folks tomorrow. Sounds like somebody might be coming. Nah, they went on by. Anyway, see you folks tomorrow. Thanks for watching.